What is up, everyone? Today I decided to do a top 10 favorite games of mine because I like the people that subscribe to my channel to know me a little bit as well. And what better way to do that than to tell you the stuff that I enjoy playing and I have enjoyed playing over the course of a couple of years. And you guys can let me know in the comments what your top 10 favorite games are. If there are some of yours that are on my top 10 list, we have something in common as well, so that'd be cool. And yeah, I just thought that it'd be a fun video to do. So let's get right into it. Coming in at number 10 for me is a game called Sleeping Dogs. It's developed by Square Enix, and the game is actually pretty cool. I enjoyed the game. The one thing that I have against the game is the way that they had the cars handle. I didn't really enjoy it. I didn't really get it. For me, it felt a little bit wonky, and that's one of the reasons why the game isn't like in the top three even is because some of the movement on the game I didn't really enjoy. I didn't really feel it, but yeah, a good game nonetheless. The story is awesome. For those of you that don't know what it's about a Chinese police officer going back to Hong Kong, working undercover, trying to take out some of the triads and stuff. Very, very cool. I like the fighting in the game was really fun. And it's just a good story. But if you are someone that loves, like realistic feelings and stuff, I wouldn't recommend playing this game because, like I said, the car movement and sometimes even the movement of the character is a little bit iffy. But nonetheless, not a bad game. Coming in at number 9, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 1. I had that game on PC and I finished that story easily 20 times. Easily. For me, that was one of the coolest Modern Warfare games that was made. I enjoyed every single aspect of the game. I enjoyed the story. I enjoyed the movement. I enjoyed the graphics for the time that it was released in. I really liked that game. Sometimes even now, I'll get nostalgic, reinstall it on the PC, and just play it again because it's fun. It's a fun game. So for me, I love that game. It's probably one of my favorite Call of Duties ever made. Coming in at number 8 is the Splinter Cell games. And I'm talking about the old Splinter Cell games like Pandora Tomorrow and those the Chaos Theory one, where Michael Ironside actually still did the voice of Sam Fisher. For me personally, I don't know. Those games were games that I spent nights and mornings and another night on gaming because I just love the story. I love the espionage aspect of the game. I love the fact that you were a secret agent. I love the tacticalness of that game. That's what got me into it a lot. It's the way that you sneak, the way that you have to hide, the way that you have to like shoot out the light so the enemy doesn't see you. And I like the twist that the story brought in. It was really just something that I felt like the game was a little bit ahead of its time, and I enjoy the game a lot. Again, it's a game that I probably will reinstall on the PC pretty soon just to play it again because I like the game. I love the flow of the game. And 13-year-old Matthew was all over that shit. I was playing that game, or I had the trilogy, and I played those games so many times. I can't even count how many times I played those games. But really, really, I enjoy Splinter Cell. I really enjoyed those games. Coming in at number 7, I would have to say Heavy Rain. I had the game back when it first released on PS3, and I didn't know much about the game. I just, I saw some trailers on YouTube. I had a couple of friends who had the game who told me, you know what, this is a cool game, check it out. Really didn't know what to expect from the game, and as I got the game and I started playing it, I I was actually kind of dumbstruck about how you had to like move the controls sometimes to move the car or to move the character or to do certain things. And as I did it, I was like, okay, this is kind of intriguing. But the thing that got me the most out of everything on Heavy Rain was the actual story. You know, how how they wrote the story to be so intricate. You playing three or four different characters throughout the entire game was like it was awesome for me. And then every single character has their own set of issues, has their own set of things that they need to work through, and I really enjoyed the game. If you have not played Heavy Rain yet, I'm not going to give any spoilers on any of the games, but it is really cool. It is an awesome, fun game and really intricate story. And if you haven't played it, check it out. You won't be disappointed. It will keep you fascinated right up until the end. Very, very good game. Really enjoyed it. Coming in at number 6 is GTA 5, and I'm not doing online only games in this video. I'm doing story mode, just because for the sake of there's a lot of online games, but there's only so many stories that I've really enjoyed personally. So I'm doing story modes. GTA 5 was probably one of the most fun games that released in its time. I really enjoyed the story. I loved the three different characters aspect. I loved every single thing about GTA 5. I like the humor that they incorporated in the game. Sometimes a bit dark humor, but still, I'm a fan of dark humor. I mean, everybody who's seen my channel knows about that. But GTA 5 has to be one of my favorite games that I've ever played. For its time, graphics-wise, car movement-wise, amazing. Just brilliant, So, yeah, GTA 5, definite thumbs up from me. Number 5, I would have to say, is Detroit Become Human. Same guys that made Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls. Detroit Become Human fascinated me with its story, its different characters, the intricateness of each storyline and each character's backstory, the whole android human aspect, everything about that game grabbed me from beginning to end. And I love that game. I would definitely replay it in a heartbeat, because there's so much to do. Every time you replay the story, you could take the whole story into another direction, and it's different from the first time you played it. And I enjoyed it. Very, very good game. If you haven't played it yet, you don't want to miss this game. Definitely play it. Number 4, I would have to say, would be Marvel's Spider-Man. When the Amazing Spider-Man games came out, I was excited because I played the Spider-Mans on PS1, PS2, all of those, and I enjoyed them. But when Amazing Spider-Man came out, I was a bit disappointed in some of the mechanics of the game. I really didn't enjoy it that much, so I was a bit disappointed. And then Marvel's Spider-Man came out, and I got the game from a friend of mine and played it, and oh my word, that game is insane. The web swing mechanics were amazing. The story was amazing. It did get a little bit repetitive when you had to like take over territories and stuff like that. That's the only thing that I would say was like, I felt like after the third or fourth one, okay, you know what, I could do without this. But I mean, you get repetitiveness in every single game that there is, so it didn't bother me that much. It's a game that I thoroughly enjoyed for its graphics, for its story, for everything. Amazing voice acting as well. Just an all-round awesome game. I loved the Marvel Spider-Man, and if you haven't played it yet, again, check it out. You will not be sorry. Number 3 would be The Last of Us 1. Now, I know a lot of people said The Last of Us 2 is amazing, and I know it won Game of the Year. I don't really get it personally. I don't really get it. But I have nothing against The Last of Us 2's graphics. Amazing, really, really amazing. Again, the voice acting, astonishingly well done. It's just The Last of Us 2 story for me completely sucked. Did not enjoy it, and I felt like I wasted my time at the end. The Last of Us 1 was an amazing game, an amazing set of characters, an amazing backstory, an amazing world for you to roam around and discover what's going to happen next. Um, Probably why it's in the top three for me is just because of the whole story of Joel and Ellie, and how they need to overcome certain things, as a team, and just an amazing game. I'm not really into zombie games, as a gamer, as someone who plays a lot of games. I'm not really into zombies, but this one got me. I have to say, I was glued to my seat from beginning to end. One hell of a thrill ride, and it's something that I will definitely play again. Awesome game. Naughty Dog, well done, seriously. And yeah, just awesome game. Number two for me would have to be the Assassin's Creed series. And when I say the Assassin's Creed series, I mean the entire Assassin's Creed series. I know that a lot of people say that, some of the games didn't really feel like Assassin's Creed, and I'm inclined to agree. Some of them didn't really feel like Assassin's Creed, but the new directions that they took weren't that bad to me. I still enjoyed the Assassin's Creed games. Um, the first one was amazing. I got that on PC, and it was one of my favorite games for a long time. And then when I finally got the PS3, I got all the other Assassin's Creeds, played them in order, and I love the Assassin's Creed games. My favorite Assassin's Creeds would have to be the Assassin's Creeds with Ezio. To me, Ezio was one of the most badass assassins that there was, and I actually liked 3 as well with Connor. He was also pretty badass, pretty dope character, and I enjoyed it a lot. So Assassin's Creed would always have to be one of my favorite games because I loved every single aspect about it. The story, the backstory, the characters, the design, everything was just, it was awesome. I really enjoyed Assassin's Creed, and I still have Assassin's Creed to this day, and play it a lot as well. One of my all-time favorite games, definitely. And then last but not least, coming in at number 1. Now, before I say the game, you all have to know that I am a big fan of adventure. I love adventure. Adventure movies, adventure games. I love the whole idea about it. And growing up, I used to play Tomb Raider a lot on the PlayStation 1 and everything. And then when I got the PS3, I bought a little game called Uncharted. And I fell in love with Uncharted. That is why my number 1 is Uncharted. Like I said, I'm a big adventure fan. I love everything that has to do with adventure. I love the whole story of Nathan Drake from beginning to end. The first game was amazing for its time, and then the second one came out and they improved on the graphics and everything, and I was like, okay, I can't get better than this. And then the third one came out, same idea, and when I got the PS4, I actually have the limited edition Uncharted PS4. That game had me glued to I actually finished that game in I think a night, because I could not stop playing. I could not stop wanting to see more of the story. I was awake for a couple of hours straight, just zoned in. And Uncharted would have to be my favorite game series of all time, because the graphics amazing. The story is just, every single game story is so intriguing. The way that they tell you about Nathan and his past, and the characters that they introduce you that help Nathan out, and throughout the whole series. You get so invested in his story that you want to know what's going to happen next. And for me, that is why I enjoyed Uncharted so much. the way that, in the last game, they brought his brother back into the story, and kind of told you how Nathan struggled as a youngster, and then to get to that point, just concluded the whole thing for me so well. And the ending as well. It opens doors for so many possibilities in the future that I have to give this game, to give it the credit for being my favorite game, because it is awesome. So yeah, I would say that Uncharted, out of all games that I've played, I've enjoyed the most. And that's me personally. I know that a lot of people probably disagree with my choices, but this is just me, so that you get to know me better and stuff that I enjoyed. So I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. I hope that you guys know me a little bit better as well, when I'm not busy screwing around with my friends online, creating golden content for you guys. This is the types of games that I play and that I enjoy to do in my spare time. Please let me know in the comments what you guys, what your top 10 games are, from 10 to 1, so that I know that your favorite game is, and all of that types of things. I'd really love to hear that. And please remember to leave a like and a sub. Again, comment what you guys like, and I'll see you next week. Bye.